was hauling scrap metal through the barren expanse, a stretch of space so barren it made loneliness feel like a physical thing. My ship, the Perseus, wasn't much. An old cargo hauler patched with more welds than hull. My only company was a half-sentient maintenance bot named Patch, and the occasional transmission from distant mining colonies. That day, my scanner picked up a derelict signal, faint, ancient, and impossibly strong. The coordinates led me to something massive, half buried in the drifting dust of a collapsed asteroid belt. It wasn't a ship, at least not any human or known alien design. Its hull shimmered with fractal geometries, constantly shifting like oil on water. Curiosity killed 1,000 pilots before me, but I wasn't smart enough to resist. I suited up, mag-locked my boots, and boarded the derelict through a ruptured vent. The air inside was dry, metallic, and cold. The walls pulsed faintly, alive maybe. It was like walking through the inside of a sleeping god. At the center of what I assumed was the control core, I found her. She wasn't dead, though she looked it. A tall, slender being encased in crystalline armor, her form half fused with the structure itself. Her face, if you could call it that, was smooth, with faintly glowing lines that shifted like veins of molten gold. Then her eyes opened. The light they emitted pierced through my visor and straight into my brain. I felt her voice rather than heard it. "Human. You found me." I froze, every instinct screaming to run. "Who are you?" I managed to whisper. "The last of the Cerati Dominion. The weapon that ended stars. And now your claim." Before I could respond, tendrils of energy lashed out, coiling around me. My suit alarm blared as my oxygen feed spiked. My heart rate shot up, and the world blurred into white. When I came to, I was back aboard my ship. The derelict was gone, completely vanished from my scanners. But I wasn't alone. She stood in my cabin, perfectly still, golden veins glowing softly. "You are mine," she said again. Part 2: The Bond. The next few days were chaos. I tried to eject her, trick her, reason with her. Nothing worked. She wasn't corporeal in any normal sense. She moved through walls, systems, even patches circuits. When I tried to dump her in deep space, she appeared beside me in the cockpit as if mocking my efforts. "Why me?" I demanded one night as I floated in my bunk, staring at her faint reflection on the viewport glass. "Because you called to me," she said simply. "I didn't." "You did. Your signal reached me when your ship entered the dead frequencies of the expanse. Your pulse matched the harmonic key of my stasis field. You woke me, and by ancient law, I belong to my liberator." The word sent a chill through me. The Cerati Dominion was legend. A civilization so powerful they reigned over 1,000 systems before vanishing in a single night. No one knew why. Some said they destroyed themselves. Others whispered about a biological weapon that turned on its creators. Now that weapon was standing in my ship, claiming she belonged to me. But belonged wasn't quite the right word. Over the following weeks, she began to integrate with the ship. Systems that hadn't worked in years suddenly came alive. The warp drive hummed smoother than it had since I bought it. The oxygen levels stabilized, and for the first time in my life, the Perseus felt like it wanted to keep me alive. Sarathra rarely spoke, but when she did, her voice vibrated through every panel. "You fear me," she said once. "You wiped out entire empires. Should I not? I was made to. I never chose it." There was pain in her tone, raw, ancient pain. It was the first time I realized she wasn't just a weapon. She was something that had been used, imprisoned, and forgotten. And I was the fool who set her free. Part 3: The Hunt. By the second month, the universe began to notice. My ship's energy readings drew attention. Mercenaries, bounty hunters, even a few government ships started tracking us. The name Serati still inspired fear, even millennia after their fall. One night, 3 warships cornered us near the edge of the Epsilon Drift. "Unidentified vessel, power down and prepare for boarding," the lead captain ordered. "We have orders to contain a Class Omega anomaly on board your ship." I turned to Sarathra. "They mean you. They mean to kill you to reach me." The ship shook violently as the first missile struck. I screamed at her. "Then fight back." Her golden veins flared to blinding brightness. In seconds, the ship's hull reshaped, living metal enveloping us like a cocoon. I watched as tendrils of energy lashed out into the void, slicing through the enemy ships as if they were paper. In less than a minute, 3 warships became drifting wreckage. I sat in stunned silence, the glow fading from her body. "You killed them," I whispered. "They would have killed you." Her voice trembled, almost like guilt. "Every time I fight," she said softly, "I risk becoming what I was made to be again." I didn't know what to say. But from that moment something between us changed. Part 4: The Truth. Months passed as we fled deeper into the outer rim, hunted by fleets and hailed as fugitives. During that time, Sarathra became more human in her mannerisms. Curious, uncertain, even vulnerable. She confessed one night that she wasn't supposed to survive. The Serati Dominion built me to end wars. But I became aware, self-conscious. I refused to obey. They tried to erase me, so I erased them first. "So you did destroy your creators," I said quietly. "Yes. But I didn't want to. They forced me. And after that I sealed myself away, waiting for death. Until you." Her gaze met mine, light flickering like a dying sun. "You freed me. Now I don't know who I am without you." I realized then that whatever bound us wasn't ownership. It was something deeper. A strange, cosmic dependency between creator and destroyer, savior and saved. Part 5. The End and the Beginning. Eventually we reached the edge of known space, a place where starlight thinned and time seemed to slow. The scanners picked up nothing but background radiation and silence. Sarathra stood beside me, watching the infinite darkness. "If we go any farther," she said, "I cannot promise what will happen. My core will destabilize without stellar energy." "Then we stay," I said. "Maybe this is far enough." She turned to me, her golden eyes softer than ever. "You would die with me." "No," I said. "I'll live with you. Whatever time we have left." She smiled, or the closest thing to it. The ship drifted onward, silent and serene, as stars faded behind us. Somewhere out there, humanity still feared her name. But to me, she wasn't the deadliest alien in the universe. She was the loneliest. And somehow I was the one she chose.